Welcome back to the Burnout Bobby channel. Today we're going to be working on the Vento drag scooter, a little bit more work into it. As you can see, I've already got a lot done. The handlebars are on, the brakes are on, I got the wires out here, and that's for the push button start and I believe the kill switch. So I'll be going through that once I get the battery. I ordered a battery yesterday, so it should be here for Monday. I still don't have the transmission on, which is going to be going on today. I have the, let me turn this up for you guys, the Mikuni 32mm carb. Thing is huge. Put the Mikuni fuel pump right here. See the eye. The exhaust, or the header at least, because that's all I'm going to be running. Header's on. It's loose, so you can see I can move it back and forth. The reason for this is because this is actually a pretty heavy header, and when I bring the bike to our fab shop so we can get the wheelie bar made for it, I'm going to have them make a bracket to hold this to one of these usual points where like our Yoshis get bolted to. So I'll make a little spacer come off, maybe come around the dipstick and bolt right there, just to take some weight off the header itself so that I don't crack it. So for today, we're going to be, actually, I'll show you right now, putting on all the transmission parts. I have the belt, I have the clutch, the variator, I got everything I need, so I'm putting that on. And I got a little something special here that I'll go over in just a minute. So we're gonna go over the TRS Ultimate CVT. This is one bad piece of aluminum. It's primarily, this is only for the GY6s. So if you have a GY6 150, 171, 205, 232, all the above, then this will work for you. 49cc, TRS has a different CVT plate that you can use. So let me go over this Ultimate CVT. There is a video on YouTube installing it under the Ruck Shops page, but I'm going to give you my personal overview of it. So you have your stainless steel backing plate, and that's really where the strength is. And that's going to go first up against the CVT. Then on each side, you have a billet spacer. It's going to go like that. And then to top it off, you have that top plate. And then for each one of these 6 bolt holes, you have these billet spacers that will go in there. And this is a solid piece. It's really, really good for the swing arm. So I'm using that. And then for a little bit extra, when you buy the Ultimate CVT, you have the option to get the crankcase stabilizer. It only works with the Ultimate CVT. And what that does is, with the GY6s, when you have like a big bore, they have a lot of torque, so the crank rests on, it has rubber seals on each side of it. When the torque starts making the crank, you know, wobble back and forth, you can blow out those seals and it causes like oil leaks. Well, with this plate, this solves that all. This 6061 billet, it's gonna sit right in there like that. There's a bearing that goes in there with a C-clip and then a new nut. And that will all go on there. There is also a video for this with the on the Ruck Shops page. And again, the hardware provided. So you won't use that hardware in there for these 4 bolts. You use these instead. And you put those in, and we'll put that together as well as with the transmission and get it all buttoned up. there you have it. The ultimate CVT is on, and on top of that, the crankcase stabilizer. So you can see here, stabilizer's on. It uses this new, instead of having the nut that you usually have in there, it uses this rod and this machine to go through the bearing itself, and that's what the crank pivots on, and it uses that bearing as a stabilizer, so that crank isn't going to be able to move up or down. It's stuck where it is. That's going to keep it from wobbling or, you know, breaking any seals where I'm going to have any oil leaking. So that's definitely a big benefit to any larger CC motor, you know, 171, 180, even 155s. The minute you start getting some more torque out of it, it's definitely an upgrade to do it. And if you're trying to keep the longevity of the motor without having to keep replacing parts, I think it's definitely a good idea. So now that that's done, I think I'm going to call it for today because I ran out of parts to put on the bike. Tomorrow or Monday the battery comes, so in 2 more days, and then I'm gonna buy the starter the same day. So I have the battery, the starter in, and the last thing I gotta do right now, and it's been posing to be the hardest thing, is I need a gas tank. I'm looking for a 1/2 gallon fuel cell that will fit. I'll show you. That's gonna fit in here. Now I found tons of what they call off-road ones on Amazon and eBay, and they're perfect. It's what I need, but for the racetrack, they are requiring it to be a steel tank. So I've been looking at like junior dragster ones and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to keep checking and see what I can find. Once I do that, I can put the tank in, and I can at least get the bike started up and running, and then I can start tuning it and getting it dialed in for what it is. And then when I put the wet shot of nitrous in and I start playing around with the jetting, I'll start off small and then work my way up. Then we'll be good to go. I do have to thank 2 different people in this video. I have to thank the Ruck Shop, as always. Without these parts, the bike wouldn't be coming together. So be sure to always check out theruckshop.com. We have tons of stuff, whether it's just shirts you're looking for, keychains, anything like that, we got you covered. And the other person is my Harbor Freight hookup, Ashley Murphy, coming in clutch with the documentation and everything. You know what I'm talking about. So I got my Harbor Freight hookup now. God, thank you for that. Jay, thank you again. Bike's coming together. So as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.